All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode with sports and entertainment talk. So Keith, I'm wearing
What's
sunglasses
up?
right now. You want to know why I'm wearing sunglasses?
Why is that?
Because this sports channel just got a lot brighter, bro. So
Yeah,
this is
man.
actually, yeah, this is our first episode of No Holds Bar. I'm half of the host, and you got yourself as the other host, man. How's it feeling?
It's going good, man. Just finished up Crown Jewel. Super excited to talk about it. There's definitely a lot to talk about. So let's just get right into it.
Yeah. So if you actually do not notice, we actually have different backgrounds. So we actually got a couple messages from other people saying tired of staring at our ceiling fans, stuff like that. So here you go. You got the best from both. Yeah. You want to explain a little bit of your background or what?
Yeah. This is actually some memorabilia stuff. So right up here, I got my title belt signed by Hulk Hogan. Got the IC title. It's definitely my favorite IC title they've had so far. Wish they'd bring that one back. Don't like that they got rid of it. Got this one at WrestleMania 31. Went and met Hulk Hogan. Got some other WrestleMania stuff over here. This one over here, I don't know if you can actually see it. That's signed by Shawn Michaels. And yeah, just stuff I've been collecting over the years, man. Just figured I'd set it up as my background. We're talking about wrestling, so why not put my wrestling stuff up on the wall?
So you're a super
I guess you can call me a super nerd, yeah, when it
nerd.
comes to wrestling. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been watching this stuff my whole life, man.
Yeah. So I've actually got a few things too. I got a 6 pointer right here from when I went hunting for my first time. Got some cowboy stuff. Got a signed Gordon Ramsay thing. Went to Las Vegas for that. Got a signed JJ Watt Texans helmet. You can obviously see all the cowboy stuff. But probably most of you guys are actually wondering what this is for. Right here, where my finger's pointing. You guys are probably wondering what that's for. Well, I'm going to tell you guys. So I realized that I actually have kids that watch this channel. I have two. Keith, what, you have 52 kids? How many kids do you have now?
I got four kids, four kids.
Okay, so I've actually got two kids. You've got kids. So I found out that these kids are watching this channel. And yeah, so I've been dropping a lot of F bombs a lot in the last couple episodes. So this right here represents that. This is day one without a slip up. So hopefully we can get this number as far as possible. So right
We'll
now we're on
see.
day one without saying the word fuck, okay? And then once I
Yep,
oh
there we go.
sorry, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Okay. So we'll fix that later. But yeah. So Crown Jewel, man, was tonight, man, in Saudi Arabia. Do you have any thoughts on it or anything like that before you want to get into the matches?
Oh, I got all kinds of thoughts on it. We could definitely get into it. I would tell you, I thought at best the show was mediocre. There was definitely some big moments in the show. Um, I think for as big as the show was, being a Saudi Arabia event, it's basically like almost like a WrestleMania type feeling. I definitely thought it lacked a lot of stuff that it could have had in this event. But yeah, let's get right into it, man.
Yeah, so right away, we started off with Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. We had Sami Zayn versus JD McBunghole.
JD
Yeah,
McBungle.
yeah. So I mean, just my personal thoughts on the very beginning match. When Sami Zayn walked out and you saw that big smile on his face, I mean, you can tell that that dude eats up those crowd reactions. But yeah, Sami Zayn wins. Basically, my thoughts on this match was just plain and simple. Would have been stupid if Sami Zayn lost, but I want to hear your thoughts on the
Yeah.
match.
Yeah, there was no way Sami Zayn was going to lose this match. I mean, I think that when you really think about it, first of all, Sami Zayn being on the pre-show, that come on, that's almost an insult, right? Sami Zayn's on the top of his game. But I think what it was is Sami Zayn needed to be on the show. There was no way we're going to do a show in Saudi Arabia without having Sami Zayn there. So they penciled him in against JD, and yeah, he won the match. No surprise there. I definitely did not think it was going to go any other way. I thought overall the match was decent. It was fun. If I had to rank it, I'd probably give it probably about a 6 out of 10 there.
Yeah, six
Thought
out
it
of 10.
definitely
Okay.
could have done some more storytelling there, but really, other than the whole feud with the Judgment Day, that I kind of wish Sami Zayn would just get away from, because at the end of the day, like Sami Zayn doesn't need to be feuding with the Judgment Day. It seems like everybody's just kind of getting involved with the Judgment Day. Let Sami Zayn go off and do his own thing, right? Him going against JD, and JD is an up and coming star, right? I'll give him props for props as deserved. But at the end of the day, like I just think that Sami Zayn needs bigger and better opponents.
Yeah, so my biggest thing with Sami Zayn is I went into this match not expecting him to lose because of the whole Kevin Owens him splitting. They're pushing Kevin Owens like crazy right now. You can't do that to Sami Zayn, especially off of that storyline he's coming off with the bloodline. Yeah, so I mean that's my thoughts on that match. But yeah, next, dude, we actually had a banger of a match. We had Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth comes out to that crowd and he has that crowd in the hands, dude. Like he is controlling that crowd. Yeah.
Yeah, Seth Rollins, man. I would tell you if you follow me, man, you know I'm a huge Seth Rollins guy. He's my favorite in the business right now. Uh, I'll tell you what, that match was good. That match was really good. There's some good storytelling. You know, I like the storytelling. We're going with the whole idea of like, you know, Drew McIntyre, you know, he won the title during the year of COVID, right? They like to point that out. And, you know, in all reality, like, yeah, okay, we're going to say that Drew McIntyre is making excuses, but it was pretty shitty for Drew McIntyre to go through that. When you actually know his backstory and the fact that he worked so hard to get to where he was, and the crowd was so behind it. Like, we wanted Drew McIntyre to have that fairy tale WrestleMania moment, and then COVID took it away from him. Like, I do think that at the end of the day, we do need to give Drew McIntyre another moment like that. The problem is that he's not there right now. Like when they had him going at WrestleMania against Brock Lesnar, he was the top guy. Right now, he's not the top guy. It's almost like they're trying to figure out what to even do with Drew McIntyre. And I think they do need to figure that out pretty quick.
Yeah, so here's my things. Well, first of all, before I get into the whole Drew McIntyre thing, Seth Rollins is literally the only wrestler in WWE that my wife would not hesitate cheating on me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's in love
Sure,
with
my wife
him.
feels the same way.
I mean, she slipped up a few times in the name. You know, I'm not going to get into too many details, but the thing with Drew McIntyre though is I'm not sure if everybody watching this right now actually knows what's going on with Drew McIntyre, but he still has not signed his contract. That's the biggest thing, and his contract actually ends the month before WrestleMania. It's like a little bit right before WrestleMania. So that's a big thing right now going on with Drew McIntyre. Honestly, I thought they were going to give him the win in this one because of that. Because yeah, he's a huge domino. I mean, it's going to be a huge bidding war if something were to happen. He doesn't sign that contract. He's going to go make some money somewhere else.
No, see, I disagree with you. I definitely did not think Drew McIntyre was going to go over in this match. There was not a chance in hell that was going to happen. I think right now, you know, Seth Rollins is on top of his game. You know, he just came out of this feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. Obviously, he's got a lot of stuff going back and forth with the Judgment Day. Drew McIntyre kind of came into the picture. I love how he did come into the picture. Like, hey, I'm not going to jump you from behind. I want you at 100%, and let's get into it. Let's actually put on a banger, and that's exactly what they did today. I would tell you though, what really surprised me was Damian Priest not cashing in that Money in the Bank, which, you know, it kind of led up to that was going to happen. And obviously, Sami Zayn showed up, stole the briefcase, took off into the crowd. I got to tell you, man, I disagree with that. I think the right call was Damian Priest should have cashed in that Money in the Bank, should have beaten Seth Rollins and taken that title. And I'll tell you, as a Seth Rollins guy, you know, it's a lot for me to say that. But what are we doing with the Judgment Day? What is the point of the Judgment Day? They're running Monday Night Raw. They're dominating everybody they go against, which in all reality they're not, because later on we'll talk about Damian Priest lost to Cody Rhodes. But at the end of the day, like, give Damian Priest the title, and that's really going to set Judgment Day to that next tier level. And I do think that today they dropped the ball on that.
So here's my thoughts on that, man. What do you think? So I don't think Damian Priest is ready, but if you notice, Sami Zayn ran off with that briefcase. What if they do a match for that briefcase? What if Sami Zayn wins it?
No, I don't. I just don't think that would be the right call. Damian Priest needs to cash it in and win the title. I do agree with you that Damian Priest probably isn't at that main event status, but with him being in the Judgment Day, you know, that whole group is the main event, right? And so let's not take away from Damian Priest as a member of the Judgment Day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at, you got Finn Balor, Dom, love what he's doing, and obviously you got Rhea Ripley, who's arguably the leader, not leader of Judgment Day. Whoever knows what the hell's going on with that. But I do think that with the backup of the Judgment Day, it's pretty close to time for Damian Priest to cash in that Money in the Bank.
Okay. Hey, I just noticed, Steve. Why is your chair so low? I can only see your face. Are you trying to show off that Intercontinental title that you never earned? Yeah, raise that thing up a little bit. Let's see your pecs, bro. Show them, flex on us, dude. Flex on us. Flex on us, dude.
Let's go.
Yes. Yeah. So we got the Fatal 5-Way match next. Okay. So Nia Jax came out first. Then you had Raquel Rodriguez come out. Then Shayna Baszler came out, and she looked like a complete badass. And then you had Zoe Stark came out. I'm not going to lie, the way she looked when she walked out, I know in real life she would beat my fucking. We're going to mark that thing off. Yep, there it is.
Let's keep it a PG here, Corey.
Sorry, kids. Sorry, kids. But
There's
yeah,
children watching.
she will beat my FU ... Okay. Yep. So that counts. But yeah, then so you had Zoe Stark come out, and then he had the grand entrance. Okay. And
Grand entrance.
I love Rhea Ripley, okay? But that entrance took forever. I honestly thought they were going to have those little Habibs dudes walking all the way down to the very end. But yeah, she came out. She looked like a complete badass. What were your thoughts on the match, man?
I would tell you, to me, the highlight of the match was Rhea Ripley's entry. I love Rhea Ripley. I love everything she's doing. She's just a badass, absolute badass. I would put her up there with Charlotte Flair, who I think Charlotte Flair is the greatest woman in wrestling today. But to be honest with you, after the entrance, I didn't really care for the match. I knew I wasn't going to care for this match going into it. Listen, I mean, we're talking about a fatal five-way. For one, a fatal five-way is already just all over the place. It doesn't matter who you put in the match. It's very hard to have a good fatal five-way match. Then you look at who's actually in the match, right? Well, I would tell you, out of everybody in the match, there's only a couple of them I actually care for, right? I really don't care for Nia Jax. Let's just be honest here. Nia Jax, she just hurts people, right? She's not a game player. She really doesn't know what she's doing. It's been pretty apparent. She's actually hurt some main event stars, right? She almost took out Becky Lynch. You know, she actually cost Becky Lynch that whole broken nose incident, which actually caused her to miss an event, right? Which you could argue led her up to going to WrestleMania and winning the title in the first place. But irrelevant. At the end of the day, I'm just not a fan of Nia Jax. Overall, I didn't really care for the match. I thought the match was boring. I thought it was all over the place, and no surprise that Rhea Ripley was going to win. I would have been pissed any other way. There was no way
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley was dropping the title tonight.
So I'm about to drop a hot take on you.
All right, let's get it.
I think Rhea Ripley should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns. Hot take. Hot take. That's it. I'm just kidding. Or Gunther. No. So I will say
Gunther,
one thing.
huh?
Yeah, the one thing I hate that they keep doing in all these matches is that superplex they do at the top rope, okay, where one's up there, then two people come to superplex her. Then you have the person come and power bomb them. Like, can we just get rid of that crap already? Like, you guys do it too. If you're gonna do it once or twice a year, not every single time you have multiple people in a fatal five-way or a six. It's just anything, man. That's really irritating to me. And in the match,
agree.
yeah, that flip reversal that Rhea Ripley did in that match, I thought that looked bad. I honestly thought she blew her knee out in that when she did that little flip reversal on her. I thought she blew her knee out. But yeah, Rhea retains, man. And I mean, she's saying why she's the GOAT, dude.
She really is, man. She is badass. I would tell you, I do agree with you. They take these what we call big spots, but what makes a big spot is it has to be special, right? You look at Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair loves to do the moonsault off the top turnbuckle to the outside of the ring. When the first time she did that, it was insane. Like, holy crap, like that was awesome. But then she does it like every pay-per-view. And it's like those are WrestleMania moments, right? Like why are we taking these big spots and just throwing them down our throats? And I'll tell you, since we're on the topic of WWE, like just shoving things down our throat, can we talk about Seth freaking Rollins? Or can we talk about John Cena, the greatest of all time? Like, okay, first of all, WWE, you don't get to decide who the greatest of all time is. Just because you say John Cena is the greatest of all time, that's not how that works. The fans, us, we decide who the greatest of all time is. And honestly, nobody has one solid answer. There's many greatest of all time. But you're going to tell me that John Cena is easily greater than Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Triple H? Like, stop telling us he's greatest of all time. I just don't agree with it. I think it's dumb. John Cena is great. John Cena is great.
Yeah.
He's not the greatest of all time.
Speaking of John Cena, oh, by the way, so I've had a couple people actually privately email us asking me what's in my cup every video. Can't tell you yet. We've had somebody. We're working on a sponsor right now, but I'm not going to give anybody free money. So until we get that sponsor, then I'll let you guys know. But yeah, so speaking of John Cena, man, it's John Cena and Solo Sikoa. So Solo Sikoa comes out first. John Cena comes out to a huge ovation, man. Saudi Arabia loves John Cena. Yeah, so what were your thoughts on the match?
I'll tell you, the biggest thing that surprised me in this match was that there was no interference. It was just a clean victory. Solo dominated the match. There was a couple times where John Cena was coming back, does what John Cena always does, the whole you can't see me, five knuckle shuffle, stuff off the shoulder, whatever it is. This match was just simply to put John Cena on the card. It was to sell tickets. I don't disagree with it. I do like John Cena. I think John Cena is an amazing person, not the greatest talent, right? I'm very vocal about that. There's multiple times during the match where you can actually see him talking to Solo, like very blatantly obvious in front of the camera. I'm like, come on, John, you do this all the time, bro. Like you think at this point you would learn not to do that, but he still does it. It is what it is. Overall, I thought the match was just to make Solo Sikoa look really good. And that's exactly what they did. He dominated John Cena. I don't think there was any question there. And then the ending of that match, it kind of had me laughing a little bit, man. Like he just kept Samoa spiking the crap out of John Cena and just took him out. And I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. So since the start of the match, man, John Cena was attacking that thumb like it was on steroids, bro. Like that has got to be the deadliest thumb in the world. Okay.
Yeah.
He was
attacking by sucking on it.
When he slammed that thumb into that staircase, he literally, but the best part was, Keith, is when he went to go Samoan spike him that one time and he caught it, he's like, and then they paused for a second, they're like, oh, like holding it like a scary movie would be or something like that, where you're holding a knife to your hand, but it's a thumb. Yeah, I was dying laughing that whole match. Like the thumb is the winner in this match. So shout out to Solo Sikoa's thumb. Loved it.
The other part of it too was Solo Sikoa. The entire match was just going for the Samoan spike. Like literally every 2 seconds, it seemed like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go for the Samoan spike," right? Like, come on, dude, we get it. But like, that's your finisher.
Yeah.
And it seemed like that was all you were trying to do, was just hit him with the spike every single time. Now, the story behind the match, let's not forget, was Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table. He sent out marching orders to Solo Sikoa, take out Cena. Cena interfered with our business, take him out. Right. And Solo's the hitman. That's what he did. He did exactly what Roman told him to do. So I actually, for storytelling purposes, I thought the match was actually really good. Part of me thought John Cena was going to win this match. I will say I'm kind of like on the fence, right? I was a little surprised that John Cena got taken out. Not so much surprised. I think the biggest thing that surprised me is just how John Cena was just dominated the entire time. So how we'll do this, Corey. Let's rank that match. Give it a 1 out of 10. What do you got?
I mean, if we're talking about the thumb, I'd give it a 10, but I'm gonna probably give it about a 5.
All right, you're gonna get a 5. I'm gonna give it a 6 just because of storytelling. The match itself wasn't that good, but you got to add the storytelling into there. I thought there was some good storytelling there. Solo Sikoa doing what he does. He's the right hand man of the tribal chief, and he has some marching orders. So let's take out John Cena, right? So yeah, I'll give it a 6 on that. Do you think that this is it for John Cena?
No, he'll come back for a little phase. He'll come back. I mean, he's going to. The writer's strike is why he was back this time, but he'll end up coming back. They always find their way back. One last thing I want to touch on this match is I think the superstar of that match was the referee. Dude, when she went to go slide for those 3 counts, when she goes on those knees, she was sliding, bro. It looked so cool. Like
she is a badass referee.
Yeah. Shout out to her, dude. Next, man. So then the Miz comes out for Miz TV. I'm gonna be honest with you. Almost did it again. We're already at 0, so I can say it really as many times as I want now because we're at 0. But I'm gonna watch myself. But yeah, dude, I love the Miz. He got a huge pop out in Saudi Arabia as well. When they brought that guest out, I had no damn clue who that was. So apparently he's a movie star. They're trying to promote this Sinister movie that's coming out, produced by WWE. I don't know. But yeah, I think Grayson Waller comes out, steals the thunder, says we're doing the Waller effect. And my personal opinion, I don't want to take too much on this segment, but yeah, the Miz deserves his flowers, and I hope they turn him babyface. He deserves it, man. But yeah, you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I will tell you that the name of the person was Ibrahim, I think is how you say that. I agree. I didn't really know who this was. I actually didn't even know there was going to be a Miz TV segment going into Crown Jewel, so I was pretty surprised to see that. Grayson Waller, I actually love this guy. I think he's hilarious. Him with Theory, it's just gold. I just absolutely love it. I think both of them do a lot of good work together. But yeah, I would tell you, I don't necessarily agree with turning Miz babyface. He's kind of already a babyface / heel. Like the Miz is the Miz. He don't need to change anything. He just needs to keep doing what he's doing, and the fans are just going to eat it up. Like at the end of the day, the Miz is awesome. He says it in his theme song. He says it in the microphone. He is awesome. He's got that get the gab. He knows how to talk on the mic, and he can get down in the ring. And he doesn't bullshit the audience. The stuff that he says, his accolades, it's all true. It's all true, man. And let's not forget where
Yeah.
this dude came from. The real world, right? To being this mega star in WWE, like one of the, at the end of the day, The Miz is somebody that WWE can always rely on. And that's what we're seeing is when they need The Miz to push another star, that's what they're going to do. And that's what The Miz has been doing. So I will tell you, mad props to The Miz. Miz, if you're watching this, I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm behind you, and I appreciate all the support you're giving out to all the up and coming stars. Just keep doing it, man. You're awesome.
All right, Miz. Yeah, he's kissing your ass right now. We get it. Okay. Yeah, Miz, you got your
Follow
time
me
on
on
our channel.
Instagram.
You got your time on our channel. Okay, Miz. All right, so one last thing before we move on to the next one. I think that dude's People's Elbow was better than Pat McAfee's. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah, moving on. Logan Paul versus Rey Mysterio.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
Logan Paul is so sick. First of all, love the video package. WWE does it better than anybody at producing video packages and stuff like that. The very beginning of that video package is badass. He comes out with there with that car. But yeah, Logan Paul is the shit, dude. Everybody can say what they want, but I mean, he's the real deal, dude. I mean, he's only had like, I think this is his 7th match now. United States champion. Bro, give me your thoughts on that.
Yeah, Logan Paul is great. I would tell you, the fans eat this dude up. He's obviously a social media superstar. He's not a bred WWE superstar. So he's naturally going to be a heel. It's just how it is. It's the same as The Miz, right? We are just talking about The Miz. Miz came in as a reality TV star, so of course he was going to come in as a heel. If you're not bred WWE, if you haven't wanted to be a WWE superstar your entire life, the fans aren't going to follow you, right? And that's fine. I like Logan Paul as a heel, but let's not deny what he can do in that ring. He hasn't had a bad match, Corey. The dude has not had a bad match. And the matches that he's put on are mainstream main eventers. I mean, you're talking about Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, right? And here he's going against a Hall of Famer, the United States champion, Rey Mysterio, right? Rey Mysterio, right? Arguably the GOAT, especially in the luchador realm of things, right? At the end of the day, Logan Paul just freaking stole the show, man. I thought this was the best match of the night. Hands down, there's no argument. I would tell you this too. I rank this an 8 out of 10. I'm giving it an 8. And I'll tell you, me giving an 8, that's a good match, man. It was a really good match.
I'm right up there with you because Logan Paul, 8 or 9 out of 10 is going to be for me. Rey Mysterio, first of all, a couple things. The dude's 48 years old, dude, and he's doing all that. I hurt my back just getting out of bed almost said it again. Yeah. I hurt my back almost getting out of bed every morning. This dude's 48 years old doing all this. Yeah, so Ray's really good at making people look good, but that Logan tackle into the corner, that looked nasty, dude. That dude tackled the ring post like Nina tackled Dylan Dennis with those lawyers. I mean, it was pretty, it was pretty vicious. But yeah, the ending was so not predictable, but the dude just laid the brass knuckles back right there in the ring for him. It is what it is, but I'm so glad Logan Paul won. I can't wait to see that thing on his Impulsive podcast sitting right there in front, just like Sugar Sean O'Malley when he has his title sitting out there on front of his podcast. So we're not going to mention Prime, though, until he sponsors us. We're not going to mention Prime at all. So let's go ahead and jump into the next one.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, I do want to kind of give my opinion on the whole results of that match, right? I do agree the brass knuckle stuff was pretty predictable. If you look at his last match, there was brass knuckles involved in it too, which is fine, right? I don't necessarily disagree with Logan Paul winning. Where I feel like they dropped the ball is there was a story between Pablo Escobar and Rey Mysterio, right? You got this whole LWO thing. I thought that there was going to lead into some kind of feud between the two, just because, at the end of the day, he was supposed to have that United States Championship match. He got injured. Rey Mysterio, took a spot, won the title. What are we doing with that? Are we just dropping that storyline? Really? Like, come on, dude. So I do think they dropped the ball on that one a little bit, but it is what it is. Logan Paul's the United States champion. Ready to move on. Let's roll.
Love it. On to the next one, man. So this one we're probably going to have different opinions on. Bianca Belair, Io Sky. This was the It Is What It Is match for me. Kind of boring, slow match. Bayley comes out, predictable. Kairi Sane makes the former NXT champ makes her thing, come out. Takes out Belair. Sky retains. It is what it is for me. I am not spending too much time on this. This was the one when we go to those live events, this is the bathroom break for me. this match. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say it, Bianca, EL, but it's just it is what it is. This is the it is what it is match.
Yeah, I don't really disagree. I don't really have much to say on this match. I thought it was boring. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I do like Bianca Belair. I don't know what they're doing with Io Sky. You know, they had the whole interference with what was her name? It was Bianca Belair. The is it Kyra? Kyrie
Kyrie
Zane.
Sane, yeah, Kyrie Sane, yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for the
Yeah. Didn't even recognize her at first, but yeah, you know, the whole interference and then it was almost like Kyrie Zane interfered, but like there was no reaction from the fans because you know, like who is Kyrie Zane?
You
Like
know
who
what?
cares, right?
Let's just do this. Have a better match, make it more entertaining. We're moving on from this one because I mean it is what it is, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Let's
Damian
get into
Priest.
it.
Yeah, Damian Priest versus Cody Rhodes. Just a couple things. Cody Rhodes comes out, gets a huge pop for the whoa. He is super over everywhere, all the time, every day, at every second.
Let's
Yeah,
finish the story.
yep. Cody wins. Retains. Give me your thoughts on the match, man.
I thought this match was pretty solid. You know, predictable. I thought for the most part this entire event was predictable. I think the only one that maybe wasn't that predictable was the whole John Cena Solo Sikoa thing, right? But Judgment Day interfered. Cody Rhodes still won because Cody Rhodes is a badass, right? It is what it is. We're pushing Cody Rhodes to be like the next guy. My predictions: he's going to WrestleMania. He's going to defeat Roman Reigns. He's going to drop the title off of the Tribal Chief. So that's what this was. It's just putting Cody Rhodes over. And at the end of the day, match was awesome. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a probably say a 6 out of 10. I could have been better, but overall, pretty good match.
Yeah, I'd probably give it about a 6 out of 10 too. Here's the thing, man. Um, I love Cody Rhodes to death. I love him. The one thing that bothers me, if you notice one piece about every single one of his storylines, is there's always an injury. When he did that, you know, with Seth Rollins, I get that was a real injury with the pec, you know what I'm saying, where he bruised his
Yeah,
boob. But then with the Brock Lesnar one, it was the wrist. This time it was the ankle. Like, we got to change it up for the guy, dude. He's so over right now. Don't ruin the momentum. Let's finish the story. But yeah, so Finn Balor comes out. JD McBunghole gets smacked up. That was pretty cool. Mysterio came out with the chair. And then yeah, so then Jay comes out and basically smacks up everybody and then chases them all with that chair. And yeah,
predictable.
one more thing. I hate the Cody Cutter. I hate it.
Really?
I hate it. 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 Okay, and I used to love it, but once he did it with Brock Lesnar, I hate it. Because Brock Lesnar stood there and waited, and it took like 10 seconds as he's in the air, and Brock just waited for it. Like, no, I don't like the Cody Cutter. Love Cody, don't like the Cody Cutter. Hot take, but yeah, I mean, and you do it too much. Every once in a while, it's
Okay.
cool, but yeah. So it looks
Let's not
like
get the Cody Cutter confused with Crossroads. So Cody Cutter, you know, for the fans watching, we're talking about when he jumps off of that second rope and then kind of comes out with like almost like a diamond cutter or RKO, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't really mind it. I don't really care for it. Do not get rid of Crossroads. Love Crossroads.
Yep. Well, so for you guys still listening, sticking around for us idiots on this podcast, I really do appreciate it. We got about 9 minutes left in this podcast, but we're going to jump straight into what probably everybody has been sitting here waiting for. That is Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. The promo package in the beginning was great. They made LA Knight look really, really good. LA Knight came
You really
out
feel that way?
I feel like they made him look good for a reason, which I'll get into that in a second, but because we knew he was going to lose. Just a couple things. Roman Reigns, he's mastered his entrance, but damn, that thing takes 23 freaking days.
And I love every second of it.
I said freaking. But yeah, so the one thing my takeaway from this is LA Knight just doesn't look like a big enough star yet to be in that ring with Roman Reigns. The Paul Heyman thing, when he jumped up to try to distract him and he kind of fell off the ropes, died laughing. My wife was in here kind of setting up a couple of these things for you guys watching, and I died laughing. But yeah, so the Paul Heyman thing was pretty good. Yeah, so what are your thoughts on the match, man?
You know, I thought, I think it's interesting at the beginning when you said that they made LA Knight look really strong in this match because I actually didn't really see that.
No, not in the
I
match, in the
thought,
promo. Not in the
oh,
match.
the promo,
In the
yeah,
promo segments in the very beginning, they had
yeah.
to do that because everybody knew that this match was for Roman Reigns. Yeah. Go ahead.
So here's some notes I got from this match. I actually took notes on this match, right? So first of all, 1,061 days Roman Reigns has been the champion, right? He's coming up on Hulk Hogan's record. So right now he's the third longest reigning champion in WWE history, right behind Hulk Hogan and Bruno Sammartino, right? Do I think he's going to beat Hulk Hogan's record? No, I think he's going to drop it at WrestleMania to Cody Rhodes. I think it's only a matter of time, right? LA Knight, my problem I have with him, you're in the ring. Listen to what I'm saying, LA Knight. You're in the ring with the tribal chief for the undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world. Why are you showboating so much? It makes no sense to me. There was multiple times where he would put Roman Reigns on the mat and then he would do the whole LA Knight. Like, dude, what the hell are you doing? Why are you showboating? You're in there with the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
Kick his ass. Kick his ass.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? Why are we wasting time, right? The other part was Roman Reigns dominated the first half of that match. So I do not think they made LA Knight look strong in this match at all. I think it made it look like Roman Reigns was kicking his ass, and then LA Knight started coming back, and then boom, the bloodline interfered. Predictable. And then, of course, Roman Reigns gets the victory. I would tell you the funniest part, though, was when Roman Reigns hits that first spear and LA Knight kicks out of it. I love Roman Reigns' facial expressions because he just looks so annoyed. Like, are you seriously going to kick out of this and make me do this again? And then he puts him in the guillotine hold and just, chokes him out. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Roman Reigns is great. LA Knight's good. I'm not downplaying LA Knight. I do like what they're doing with him. I do agree he's not ready to be that guy. It was pretty obvious he wasn't going to beat Roman Reigns. There was no way he was going to drop the title to LA Knight from Roman Reigns tonight.
Yeah.
So predictable outcome. I do not think they made LA Knight look strong in this match at all. I thought, if anything, it was just a match where Roman Reigns just added another victory to his resume. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and we'll start wrapping this thing up, Keith. But my last couple takes on this thing was I think the yeah movement is gonna be just like the yes movement and the Kofi Mania. I mean, we gotta figure something out because the shtick is gonna get old real freaking quick. But yeah. So for those of you guys still sticking around listening, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, he, she's, thems, theys, I do appreciate you guys sticking around for the channel. I do appreciate it. Don't know why you guys stick around to listen to these two idiots all the time. But yeah, any
all
last
we do is
words
talk about
for
wrestling.
Yep. Any last words for the listeners?
Yeah, I do want to give a quick shout out to Byron Saxton, right? If you didn't know this, Byron Saxton was the ring announcer. I thought he did a pretty decent job. He's definitely knows Samantha Irvin, but for those of you guys who don't know, I kind of did read up on this. She was already booked for all the house shows and everything else that was going on. So that's why she couldn't make it to Saudi Arabia. So mad props to Byron Saxton. I'll tell you guys what, for all the viewers out there, our goal in this channel is to just talk about wrestling, right? So this is just me and my brother Corey. We talk about wrestling all the time, and we're like, we came with this idea of like, hey, we're going to talk about wrestling, and we should get that conversation going out to other people. Let's get other people involved in the conversation. You see it all the time on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, right? Which is where we're filming this right now. What I want to do is I want to go live. And so what I didn't realize when we first started this up is that you need 1,000 subscribers to go live. And so normally I wouldn't sit here and say, hey, click that subscribe button because I'm sure, you see videos like that all the time. But I would tell you, if you want to see us go live, like we want to start live streaming these premium events, let's talk about Crown Jewel as it's happening in real time. Especially as we're getting ready for Survivor Series, WrestleMania, some big events coming up. We would love to do this live while we're watching the event so you guys can get involved in the conversation. So if you do want to see us do that, I do ask that you subscribe to our channel. Like I said, we're just wanting to talk about wrestling, man. That's all this is. And we love having you guys here. I appreciate you guys listening. Turn it back over to you, Corey.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Good stuff, man. How's that cable thing going, by the way? You got that cable thing figured out? You still on that Hulu plan?
No, I cut the cord.
You cut the cord?
Yeah, I don't need cable, bro. Got Hulu. Netflix.
All right, man.
Let's go.
All right. So yeah, so when Monday Night Raw comes on, we will be posting a video probably 4 days after that when it comes on Hulu. And then when Friday Night SmackDown, I'm just kidding, man. No, we're gonna be
We should be posting every Saturday. Every
yeah,
Saturday
no,
we should be posting.
we're gonna be consistent. My wife hates it. But yeah, we're gonna be consistent. So we're gonna have the Red Zone rundown on Wednesday with me and Kevin. And then every Saturday we will bring to you, what's it called, Keith?
No holds barred.
No
Wrestling talk.
holds barred. Guys, I hope this number is changed by the next time we come back on this. I really hope it does, but probably we're gonna have to add a negative in there because I dropped the F-bomb a lot, and I'm so sorry, kids. But yeah, other than that, yep, everybody have a great day. Zip it up and zip it out. Goodbye.